ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, welcome back to a special edition of the Weedcap. I'm Caleb. With me, as always, is my gorgeous fiancée, Lauren. Lauren, say hello to the folks at home.
Hi, here I am.
Lauren is not very happy because I surprised her with a segment, but she could not participate. It's a bad time to surprise her with a segment.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, this is called the Weedcap, which means normally when we're watching movies, we're under the influence of weed. We're high, stoned, normally on edibles and like some sort of concentrate. I vape flower sometimes, but mostly it's a lot of edibles and a lot of concentrate.
Yeah.
So, every once in a while, guys, there's going to be a special edition episode, and it's called Booze Cinema. And as you can imagine, it's where you get you drink a bunch of drinks really fast before you watch a movie and while you watch a movie.
Right.
And then
Caleb's participated hard.
It's like Weedcap, but with booze. And weed, because I did some edibles too.
Right,
Lauren couldn't participate in the Booze Cinema this week. This episode because she
took ibuprofen.
She had a headache. She's been having headaches. She's been taking ibuprofen, and it's not good to take alcohol on your organs. So with
per the FDA,
with the NSAIDs
or whatever the hell,
the NSAIDs,
sure, even
the
though
group of
I've done it
anti-inflammatory.
so many times.
And you know, I love you to death, and I want your organs to be okay. Sue me. Okay, so welcome back to the Weedcap, a.k.a. Booze Cinema this week. Before we get into the movie itself, I just want to give the people at home a little update, a little story,
all right,
little anecdote.
An
antidote, I believe, is what you give a Pokemon when it's sick. An anecdote is just a delightful story. So
I don't think the antidote thing relates just to Pokemon. I think that's just like a everyday like.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, folks, I work from home a couple days a week, and you know I'm home a lot. Now, when I'm home, I'm not under the influence of stuff during the week. You can ask Lauren. I'm sober as can be when I work.
Gotta be.
But I've started noticing a murder of crows.
Oh my God, here we go.
And for people that don't know, a murder is a group of crows. It's a flock of sheep. It's a murder
of crows. Yeah, it's a weird name for it. But
I didn't want to give anybody the wrong impression. So anyways, I've been noticing these crows. And this is very unlike me because I don't crave friendship. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't have any friends if it wasn't for Lauren. But I felt this like biological urge. Well, let's not put it that way.
He wanted to befriend.
I was like, it's important that these crows like me, which is strange because I don't normally care if humans like me. But I'm like, these crows are out in our vestibule. They're always out, and I'm like, let me do something nice for them. So we recently went no carb. And I had some Pringles that were, let's be honest, guys, they were past their prime. These were not the best Pringles these crows have had.
Pringles were like months old, but I don't think crows care because they eat out of the trash.
Yeah, the crows, I do believe they eat out of the trash. So I had been just every once in a while just giving these crows, throwing out some potato crisps. And
Do you even know what a Pringle is?
Yes, it's a potato crisp.
It's a pressed potato.
Okay. And is it crispy? Because last time I checked, it was the crispiest fucking chip beside a Muncho. Do you remember Munchos?
Yeah, you are the one who told me to try Munchos for the first time, which I've never tried before.
Crispy as hell, but they leave like it's like swallowing a load.
Greasy.
Once you're done.
I need to get a drink. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and get a drink. So anyways, folks, Lauren's going to take it. So you hear some gulping. Just know
no, it was
it's
a quiet
Lauren.
Drink. It was a quiet drink.
It was a quiet drink. I have a quiet drink
beside
me.
I can be polite.
I've got a Southern Tier Warlock Imperial Pumpkin Stout because
rub it in my face,
I love the fall and I love fall beers. And you know what else I love? My murder of crows. So anyways,
back to this goddamn crow.
No, it's not a crow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, you don't grasp because you won't come look.
I do grasp because every time I try to feed him,
They don't
They
want
don't
you.
want me. No.
Yep, it's because
You're
you
the
have.
Crow King.
I have the masculine energy they crave,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure that I just am in charge of these crows
you-
now. The only thing keeping
You're in
these
charge of the crows. Tell them to start bringing us gifts. Then I heard that.
the only thing that is keeping me from commanding these crows like an army of black-winged beasts
What is
is my lack of being able to communicate with them. So I'm going to learn. I'm gonna take some mushrooms.
No.
And I'm gonna really focus on communicating with them.
No, you can't. That's not something that you can do.
That is, I think, I truly.
I love you, and I believe you could do like almost anything. But this is not. This is amongst the things that you probably
What are some of the
can't
things?
do.
Give me the top 5 things you believe I can do that are extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Mhm.
Well, I can't think of a lot of
Right.
extraordinary things.
Well, here's something extraordinary I'm going to do.
No.
I'm going to communicate with
Nobody
these.
can do that, though. You're not Dr. Doolittle.
No, a normal person couldn't. I agree with that.
You-
I'm
well,
gonna
you
take.
are abnormal.
Thank you. And I'm gonna be even more abnormal because I'm gonna have the psilocybin flowing through my flowing through my
The
veins.
mushrooms are gonna help you talk to the crows.
No, that's why
The
it's
mushrooms are gonna open up your mind so that you can talk to the crows.
wrong.
Okay.
I'm
not quite
going
sure
to
what's
take
happening.
these mushrooms and
Okay.
I'm going to listen to a loop of crow calls on YouTube in a dark room for about 8 to 10 hours.
Oh my god, you're gonna turn into a crow.
And when I come out through
I'm
osmosis,
so scared.
I am going to be
Please don't do that. Please don't do
the
that.
Crow King,
Please don't. I wish you wouldn't.
the croquette.
No.
That's what I would be, a chicken croquette.
Crow no.
Crono.
Crow no. No to the crow.
Crow
Please
nut.
don't.
How about a crow nut?
No. We've gone
Mm-hmm.
too far into this little personal endeavor of yours. You need to talk about the movie.
Well, the movie this week, ladies and gentlemen, is not The Crow.
No, it has nothing
It's-
to do with birds, actually. There wasn't a single bird in the movie, I don't think. Think about it. Think about it.
There were seagulls at the pier, but anyway.
I never saw a seagull. I saw some shit.
That's
some
because
seagull
you're not
shit.
you're not
not
on the
observant.
wavelength with
No,
birds.
no.
You fancy
Are
yourself.
you kidding me? I used to work in a zoo.
You
And
f-
what line was I on?
You f-
Bird line. I worked amongst the birds. You're going to tell me that I'm not a bird? I'm not a bird person?
You fancy yourself a bit of a bird expert. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
You fancy yourself a bird expert, but who's commanding the crows of our neighborhood?
Who's okay?
Who's leading
I don't
these
even
crows
wanna
in a
get
battle?
Into this conversation, there was a dead crow by the dumpster the other day, and I told you I wanted to give it a proper burial, and you're like, "Ew, Lauren, no, don't do that. Don't
Because
do
it's
that. That's weird."
because it's disrespectful in
Well,
our culture.
somebody did something in your culture.
It's disrespectful in
whose
our culture. That
You weren't even messing with the crows.
we specifically told him to stay off the power line, and what did he do?
You didn't know anything about it.
I gave him a. I don't know what crows sound like.
You did not cook it.
I'm some sort of tribesman. I've had some drinks. Let's just be real with
He's had
it.
a lot of drinks. I'm over
Ladies and
here.
gentlemen.
I'm trying to
Ladies-
get us back on track, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please.
the movie this week, the hit movie of 1993,
Yeah.
starring one Michael Douglas,
Mm-hmm.
Robert Duvall, a first time viewing for both of us.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Falling Down.
That's what that movie was called.
Falling Down, yes. So to start out with, folks, let's talk about just some randoms here. Is that the first thing that will the first thing I will say? The estimated budget was about 25 mil. Okay, the gross worldwide almost 41 mil. So we're talking like 15 to 16 mil made on this movie, and it makes sense
Okay.
because it's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. You're
Yep.
wondering what's going to happen.
You
next.
don't know what's going to go on. It came
No.
out on February 26, 1993,
Wow.
which was a Friday, as we know most movie
That's
releases are.
That's right in the start of 1993.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
It was, they dropped their heavy hitter first thing in the quarter,
Yeah, they
first
did.
quarter.
They really did.
So that was 31 years, 6 months, and 4 days ago. It was not a leap year. As we know, 1992 was a leap year. So we expected the next leap year, probably 1997, 4 years. That's how that works, correct?
I have no idea. You're trying to do some
No,
crazy shit
1996. I don't know.
Never thought
I'm
about
too,
leap years
I'm too
like
drunk
that.
to do this math. The Chinese zodiac was a rooster. 1993.
I
The
knew
year of the
that.
cock makes sense.
Bitch.
You were born in 1993.
I was.
And the number one song, I'm going to do a singing note, Lauren.
Here we go.
I'm going to do a singing note.
And I'm supposed to guess.
And you're going to guess the number one song in America. Give me a countdown.
Wait. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's Whitney Houston. I Will Always Love You.
Boom. Now tell me I can't sing.
I mean.
Crow Boy's got some pipes. Crow Boy's got some pipes on him. So, yeah, the number one song was I Will Always Love You. So, as we were saying, Robert Duvall.
No relation to Shelley Duvall, by
No,
the way.
we did. Lauren made me look that up. So
I need to know.
Let's just get, so there's a man, Michael Douglas. Come to find out, his name is Defense, like D-FENS.
Yeah.
But that's just his vanity plate. They don't really give you his like true identity.
I mean, they say his name several times throughout the end of the movie.
Do they really?
His wife is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Don't give it away. But anyway.
Well, he's stuck in traffic.
And he basically just loses his shit. Yeah.
Well, it's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot. He's sweating.
Well, because this is before air conditioning.
And it's gridlocked.
What does that mean?
I mean, like it's the traffic's not moving.
Wall. Yeah.
And he just goes, I can't do this anymore.
No, he literally just gets the fuck out of his car.
He just gets out of his car.
Everyone around is like, "What are you doing, guys?"
Yeah, people yell at him, and they're like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm going home."
Like, "I'm going home."
I'm going home. So he gets his briefcase and he takes off.
Yeah.
And then he starts walking. That's pretty much, and he
straight up into the ghetto. I'm sorry, but
he does get to
the nice part of town.
Yeah, a lot of foos around.
A lot of
knives.
gang members.
We're not going to tell you what ethnicity of people he deals with first, but let's just say they're carrying blades. And it's Los Angeles.
A lot of people carrying knives.
They may have named the city.
Oh.
It's not called the Angel City, it's called
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
It's a H with a G. Los Angeles. Yeah.
I'm about to call Southern Tier.
We're both not good at Hispanic accents.
I'm going to call Southern Tier and be like, you got me racial on the podcast. I am suing. So anyways, he comes to a payphone and he's placing these calls to a house and it shows a woman with a kid answering the phone.
Well, she's running to answer the phone.
Right, and he won't answer.
He won't say anything
He
when
won't
she picks
answer.
up because he's nervous.
Yep, and then separately, Detective Prendergast.
Yeah.
Played by
the Duvall guy.
Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
He comes upon the car on his way to work. He reveals himself to be a police officer because there's a highway patrol officer. And
helps him move the car.
Long story short, he reveals to that officer, he's like, hey, you got me on my last day.
He's literally
It's retiring. His last day. He's retiring that day. And then also it comes to that, like, he's working a desk job.
Yeah, because like he's not a real... I mean, he's a real cop, obviously.
He was wounded in a shooting they alluded to.
Yeah, and his wife... Sorry about this, but his wife's a bitch. I don't usually like to say that about women, but she deserved it.
You've called, like, 4 other women bitches today. For you to be like, I don't like to say that, you're like... I
call men bitches.
Oh my god, that bitch outside with the dog.
Okay, well, you can use bitch in a lot of different ways. You can use it as a term of endearment.
The bitch next door is smoking weed on her patio. We're smoking weed inside.
Yeah, smoke weed inside like a normal person.
I agree with you there.
And also bring your bongs in, because that shit's going to get gross.
Yeah, our neighbor leaves her bongs...
I don't know if she even changes the water.
No matter the weather, they're just
to me.
Sitting outside on the patio, and they have been for like months now.
Months. She got a new one though.
Bitch got some fungus in her. I'm sorry, I don't like to call women bitches.
You should replace your bong water, guys. This is just a PSA to replace your bong water.
I am pretty sure that's what landed me in the hospital that time with pleurisy.
He did. He got an 18th century disease.
I got I got a very rare lung thing, and I think it's
from
because
dirty bong water.
No, well, from vaping water, the mold was growing. Yeah. Anyways, he wants to call his wife, but he wants to call her back. He hangs up.
Right.
He's short on coins.
He's got to go into a local shop,
a little bodega,
which is run by a Korean man. There's a lot of diversity in this movie. I'd like to say, pointing this out, because the last movie there's no diversity.
Yes, this is a regular Epcot Center. Yes, real melting pot.
That's like America.
A lot of diversity. Now,
USA.
as a multicultural individual.
Sure. I'm sorry. What are your cultures?
I'm part Caucasian.
Sure.
And part Crow.
Oh my god.
So I just want that to be known. So anyways,
no.
okay. So the Korean man is like, he goes, hey, I need some change. He goes, you have to buy something.
Yeah.
Because he won't just give him change. Which is crazy because you lose no money doing that. So, like, you might get a customer.
I think he was just trying to be a butthole.
A prick, yeah. So Michael Douglas walks over, gets a can of Coke, stands in the freezer and
rubs
just
it all
like,
over his face.
But he doesn't rub it. He touches spots on it. He's like, it's almost
that's
as
true.
if it's hot.
It's like,
it looks very refreshing.
Yeah, but like, imagine if he didn't buy it though. Imagine if he just like put it back.
Ew. People are probably doing that all over the United States all the time. Disgusting. Okay. So this beer bottle has probably been in someone's prostate.
Okay, that's not something that we want to.
Well, I'm just saying because it tastes like pennies.
Should we be sent what? The inside or the outside?
The outside. It's got a very weird metallic.
How far are you sticking your lips on that bottle?
Well, down.
There was a cap on it. Wouldn't the cap prevent the anal? Okay.
The anal. Maybe the guy's cornholing them before they get filled. Maybe he's on the assembly line in a full squat, and they're like, he's just telling a story, and there's a machine pumping bottles in his ass.
Why?
Oh my god! All right, so I don't know. It tastes like shit. So, anyways, the guy goes to buy it. This is how great the economy was in 1993. Yeah, I don't know if it was Clinton. Clinton had to have been the president. And
I actually have no idea.
I don't know enough about politics to be educated. But 85 cents for a can of Coke is what the guy's asking.
Outrageous.
And Michael Douglas is so upset by this that he beats the man to a pulp.
He also destroys his store.
He destroys the store.
And he goes around the store being like, how much is this? And the man says, it's this much.
He's like, aspirin for $3.12? You crook. And just
smashes it to smithereens.
Yeah.
Craziest part, though, is at the very end, he asks him how much for a can of Coke. And what does he say? He says 50 cents.
50 cents.
Which is originally what Michael Douglas told him it should have been.
Which is reasonable for
him. It is.
Yeah.
In 1993? Hell yeah. I feel like it should have been less than that. But I don't know. I wasn't even born when this movie
was craziest thing is that 35 cents was enough back then to make a guy go, hold on a second.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because 35 cents now is nothing. I mean, like...
2024, baby.
If you tip someone 35 cents, they're spitting in your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, if you round up 35 cents, they're like, fuck you. Just don't give me anything. But back then, he's like, that's the difference between me buying a beverage or not.
Well, he needed the extra change to make the other phone call.
True.
To his wife.
That is true. But I'm just saying, like, I remember going to, like, the video store. Because this is a podcast about movies. I remember going to the video store weekly.
Blockbuster.
And my grandmother would buy me the ice creams that were like Spider-Man that had the gumballs.
Please.
And I remember them being less than $1 because I used to pay. She used to give me coins to.
I would just get those at the ice cream, like from the ice cream man.
Well, you know where I grew up. No, there was it was out in the middle of nowhere in the woods.
In the boonies, guys.
Yeah, so in the bayou.
No ice cream.
No, so I would get them at the video store. But I'm just saying I remember paying in coins.
It's one thing I remember about my childhood is fucking ice cream truck.
Oh my god! So you do have a memory. So, anyways, he's trying to get to home, which come to find out is in Venice Beach. But to do that, he's got to go in gangland. Right. Now, there are two men leaning against...
Oh, wait, we forgot to mention that the store owner had a bat that he was trying to fight him off. A
sawed-off baseball bat, yep.
Which Michael Douglas took with him when he left, which I thought was pretty smart. I was like, how is this white man going to defend himself in the streets? Because he's a nerd. He's like...
Yes, Poindexter.
Like white shirt.
Pocket protector ass having motherfucker.
Tie. Yep. Briefcase. He's still got his fucking briefcase.
He works at a place building missiles, but he's doing like defense it's implied, like defense contractor stuff.
But anyway, he takes off, right? And he goes and we find him where? Sitting against a rock.
Well, no. Well, first of all, he walks away, and when he walks away, There
two
are
guys, two gang members.
two guys leaning against a lowrider.
Yeah.
And they look like, do you remember when we were like, I don't know, between the ages of 6 and 14, at Walmart and Wise, there would be the Homies dolls.
Oh my God, yeah.
The little home, you would put 75 cents in and turn the little dial, and out would pop a Mexican wearing khakis.
I used to fuck with those little thingies. No,
Yes.
I didn't get the Homies, but I know what you're talking about because I used to get those little guys. Yeah.
Yes. My grandfather, who was normally the one taking me to Walmart, was so amused by the stereotypes. He was like, let's see what Mexican we get today. And then he'd come out and he'd be like, oh my God, blue bandana, and his shirt's buttoned all the way up. Yeah, add that to the collection.
Up white trash.
Yep. Thank you. So, anyways, these two homies follow him up to the rock, and
he's patching a hole in his shoe with some fucking newspaper.
Yep.
Times is tough. I don't know how he got a hole already.
Right, and they threaten him with. I think the hole is saying that he's been just checked out.
Oh, he's like down on his luck, maybe.
Maybe
or like
down on his.
Just like not having a.
Well, he doesn't have an income coming in because, come to find out later in the movie, he doesn't have a job.
He doesn't have a job. Yeah.
So it's implied, I think, that he's going to interviews. He's dressing up and going to interviews because he's got on the paper. He's got things circled.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So they're trying to rob him, and they pull a butterfly knife on him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And he beats them. He gives them his.
No, he doesn't do anything. He beats the
shit out of him with the baseball bat. Yeah.
He really does.
And then they drop the knife, and he puts the knife in his back pocket.
Yeah, he leaves the bat. He does a little trade up.
Yep, and he continues his.
What is that game that you like to play, GTA? Where you
Grand Theft Auto.
Trade up the weapons that you have. It was like a real life version of that almost.
Yeah, it's like like
someone else was controlling this man from behind the scenes.
He knocked the knife out of the Mexican and then picked it up.
He just got upset like for no reason. This whole movie, I'm just like, this is gonna set him off. This is gonna set him off. He's an angry man. Yeah,
it really is like a real life Grand Theft Auto type deal. So he walks away. He beats the shit out of him. Then next thing you know, you see all the homies and some more homies
and a girlfriend
riding in the lowrider, and they're rolling up on him.
They're looking for him, and the girl's like, "No, you can't do this. Just leave it." And they're like, "No."
So then he's in a payphone, and he finally gets a hold of his wife.
He's starting,
and he's like, "Well, he really just wants to come home."
Well,
he's like, "I want to."
But he's saying it in like I'm coming home, and she's like, "I literally have a restraining order against you," and he's like, "Right, but it's my daughter's birthday.
It's his house and his daughter's birthday. He built the house."
She says right in there that she pays the bills.
Yeah, but he's like, "Hey, I built this house. You've taken this thing from me that I."
Rightfully so. He's angry and crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like to a degree, rightfully so. But he built it.
No, I don't think that they never said that he built. What are you saying, that he built it from his fucking hands? I don't think that they ever mentioned that.
Oh,
you think you're making that up? Basically.
Sorry, I got crow on my mind.
Yeah,
but anyways,
you just can't stop thinking about crows, and they're not even out there. They're not waiting for you.
They're at our home base. They're nesting. They're resting, and they're preparing for. We got a big attack on the Blue Jays planned tomorrow. You see that hawk we saw on our walk this morning, looking all fucked up? That was me.
I'm genuinely scared for you.
The feathers sticking all out of him? That was me and my boys. Me and my crew.
Okay. I didn't even know what kind of hawk it was. You bird man.
Doesn't need it. If he's not a crow, he's against us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you and the crows go by bird law?
No.
No? You don't respect
No, we go
bird
by
law?
our law because this is our territory.
Oh
and if you ain't crow...
What about the bald eagles that
let me tell you something.
fly around out there?
Fuck those bald eagles. They don't even exist anymore. Let me explain something to you. We have a little motto.
What is it?
And it's ha, and that translates to, if it ain't a crow, it's a no.
I don't even think you know what a crow sounds like when it talks.
Dude, they talk to me all the time. So anyways,
I'm not high enough for this. I need to get more high if you're going to continue talking about crows.
I promise. Well, I'm not going to promise because I can't do that. But I'm going to let you know that I'm going to try to stop bringing up the crows. It's a big day for us tomorrow. So he goes to Whammy Burger, which is like it's McDonald's pretty much. It's like
it's like a wannabe McDonald's, but there's burgers painted in the parking lot, which I thought was pretty cool.
That was cool. Yeah, he steps on the pickle and then looks at the hole in his shoe.
Yeah, and he's like upset. Yep. I think it's just like all of this is like anger and shit building up inside of him. Like he's like, oh, my shoe is fucked up.
Oh yeah, it's a school shooter movie. I mean, it's a mass shooting movie.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
1993,
Someone
and like
just loses their shit.
yeah, and like this was back like this shit
didn't happen.
This was probably national news if this was real life for like 3 weeks. Now it's like 14.
Oh my god, you're right.
14 people died
it's so sad.
14 people died at Wegmans today, and it's like, well,
God,
it could
Wegmans.
probably a lot more than 14. Those are good odds in that Wegmans.
Yeah,
You're
there's
like,
always a lot of people
that was
in
like
Wegmans.
one aisle.
See, we're desensitized. That's terrible.
That's terrible. But you're like,
But no, in 1993, we had no choice. We didn't know.
yeah. So
Well, I wasn't even alive, and neither were you.
No, you were.
I was not.
According to the Catholic Church, I think you were alive.
I think I might have been conceived.
Like freshly, like you were still.
I'm cooking, baby.
Yeah.
I'm cooking.
You're swimming towards an egg. So anyways, he wants breakfast, but it's 11:35, and they stopped serving breakfast at 11:30.
Which we've all been
And
there, dude.
I kind of want to point out that it's not a ripoff because it's like a universal thing, but the movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler kind of ripped this off. Where a guy freaks out because they just stopped serving breakfast.
Yeah, but not in this capacity. Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't scream, "Can we get the kid a Happy Meal?" But he's like, "I just want breakfast."
Yeah, but
he's very particular.
But then, what does he do?
So they don't want to serve him breakfast. He pulls an
We
Uzi.
forgot to mention that he took a
Yes,
bag of
he
guns
gets
from the gang members
when
when
they get
because we never even
oh
told.
shit. So he's in a phone booth.
Start talking about your goddamn.
Hold on. Before we get to Whammy Burger, he's in a phone booth. The Foos attempt to do a drive-by shooting on him. They shoot everybody but him. He calmly walks away. They wreck their car. He walks up, finds a bag of guns.
Is like almost dead,
yes,
if not dead.
Crawling on the ground. He finds a bag of guns. He opens the bag of guns. He retrieves a gun, and he shoots that foo in the back of the leg
And then
so that
walks
he
away.
feels more pain while he's dying. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, Whammy Burger, because let's be honest, gang
He's
violence. He's hungry. He's shot up an appetite.
Yeah.
He's oh no, he hasn't shot anybody yet.
No, he shot the guy in the calf. In the craft.
In the craft. Oh my god, shot me in my fucking craft. Oh my god, shot me in my fucking craft, Junior.
Oh my god.
So anyways, he is at the Whammy Burger. They want to make it for him. Finally, he's like, he pulls a gun. He's like, is everybody enjoying their meal? He makes everybody stay.
But he wants them to still eat. But no one's eating.
He does want them to still eat.
One lady pukes up her shit. Like, she's so nervous.
And then the worst part is that he's like, you know what? After he holds them at gunpoint for like 5 minutes.
He literally goes on this whole long, like,
about
how, like, this is how America sucks and blah, blah, blah. Then he's like, you know what? I actually want lunch.
All of a sudden, that Whammy Burger sounded pretty good with fries.
And fucking Sheila behind the counter has already tried to get him his omelet, which conveniently they still had. Which if she didn't even make it, guys. She just
he's like, I want an omelet. She turns around and grabs a box, and it's there. So she could have given it to him the whole time because unless that was like their employee meals, like they made them for them. So we used to do that when I worked at McDonald's. When it was about to change, I would make a crazy steak, egg, and cheese bagel, like 3 of them, and
McDonald's
be like,
will never sponsor us now, if you know.
Yeah, and be like, damn, dude, that dude didn't show up for his order. He must have left the drive-thru. Well, now we got all these sandwiches made. It'd suck to go to waste, and we'd all just
I'm
demolish
sure you're not
them.
alone in that. I have worked a couple of fast food, and I never did that.
No, because let's be honest, Lauren, you are the most wholesome person, despite your potty mouth. Because that's what you have is a potty mouth, and I love that about you. I find it endearing, and I find
to call it a sailor mouth.
A sailor mouth. I could never be with, because I have worse than you. I could never be with someone who doesn't curse.
Well, you've met my father.
Yeah, your father curses almost
every other word.
Probably just as much as me. Me and him
never.
A lot of times, like
he never censored himself when I was a child either. It was always.
He was here last night, and it was just me and him sitting at the table watching sports. Just. Fuck, bitch, god damn it, cunt, motherfucker. You know, and then dumb bitch at Wise, instead of a quarter, she gives me 2 dimes and a nickel, and I said, what the fuck is this? No, I didn't say that. I got in my car and screamed, motherfucker. That's your dad, motherfucker. Now I got 3 coins instead of 1.
Good impression. Of
so, anyways, He gets the burger, and the burger doesn't look like the fucking It doesn't look like the thing. It doesn't look
We've
like
all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
No one has gotten.
Yes.
Although Burger King shit looks pretty much like
Burger King stuff. When you get a Whopper, it comes.
It looks just.
It
like
looks close enough to the picture where you don't feel cheated. Sometimes you order McDonald's and the patties aren't between the buns.
So sad.
Yes.
Sometimes they fucking throw the cheese and it's halfway on it.
Yeah, and there's ketchup all over the outside.
Sometimes there's no ketchup. Sometimes they've loaded it with ketchup.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started about the fucking onions.
They changed the onions from dehydrated. Now they cook them and they're terrible.
And I started liking them.
Just convinced Lauren to start eating onions and peppers, which are
Can you tell that we get high and eat fast food?
A staple of my. Well, we don't
Not
anymore.
We're on a healthy journey.
We haven't done it in like a month.
Wow.
But just know.
Applause. A round of applause.
I just want everybody to know. I strike fear in the hearts of Jersey Mike employees. They're like, oh my God, he's here. We need to slice more meat.
Get the meat out.
Somebody cut onions and pickles and the Mike's juice. Get Mike to make some more juice. He's here. Caleb is here. Mike's in the back. Juicing! They've got a fucking alarm. Dude, when they see me walking in. Mike's back there going, oh, I need to make more juice. Fuck. I'm out of juice. And I go, I don't care. You bring Mike to me, I'll juice him myself. I will make Mike's juice from Mike. Oh my God. If Mike doesn't have the stamina, I will juice Mike. I will juice Mike. So anyways, Yeah. So he goes to an Army Navy surplus store that's run by a gay-bashing Nazi.
Oh my God, that man is the whitest man, and he says many bad words.
This scene might hold a record. Like I don't know what to Google to find out, but I'm just
not going to.
I'm just gonna tell you that this scene wins the Weedcap 2024 award for most slurs said in one scene. He drops the K-bomb for Jews. He drops the F-bomb for gay people, the N-bomb for you-know-who a couple times, and it's not good.
It's more than a couple. I'm sitting there with my mouth agape.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way this is real. And also, I said this to you while we were watching it. I said, where do you go from there as an actor? What parts do you get and move on from? Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that guy plays in the episode of The Fatigues of Seinfeld. The guy he's dressed as a Vietnam veteran that Elaine is having. He's afraid to fire him, so she keeps promoting him.
Oh my God, you think that's...
I think that's him, yeah. And then
the eyes are the same.
Yeah, I think that's him. And
oh my God.
Yep. So it looks like
look that up. We need to Google.
It looks like actually the Nazi starts to he corners him because Michael Douglas is like, I'm a piece of shit, but I'm not racist.
Hold on, he saves Michael Douglas from the cops because the cops come in and they're like, hey, have you seen this guy who's dressed like a businessman and is carrying a duffel bag? And literally this man closes the curtain on Michael Douglas and is like, never seen it before. Also, you're a lady cop. He's a real dick. And then they trap him in the back and he's like, oh, here, take this giant bazooka.
Yeah, he gives him it's a rocket launcher.
It's like a rocket launcher. Yeah.
And
rocket launcher.
Robert, the whole time, I've had a lot of this beer.
That was me, honey. I said that, not you.
Oh, I thought you were insulting me. So anyway, I'm just so used to you insulting me.
Well,
so there's a lot to insult. So anyways, Robert Duvall is just so
Robert.
Robert Duvall.
He's living his life in the background. He's helping solve this mystery because people are coming into the cops and being like the Korean man from the store. He came in, he reported his crime, and he said, please help me.
You know what else Robert Duvall is doing? Answering 15 phone calls from his wife.
Oh my God,
she's like, wife. It's your last day, you need to come home. It's your last day, you need to come home. There's so many. All of his
cops' friends are like, your wife's
phone
a bitch.
Calls. Yes, his partner, who's a young Hispanic lady.
Previous partner, who his wife was jealous of.
Yes. Well, wouldn't you be if you looked like his wife and
his wife was pretty. There was no reason for her to be insecure. She had lost a child.
Well,
that's what we found out. She had
lost
gotten pregnant because he wanted to have kids.
Yep.
She probably didn't. She looked good before. Now she doesn't feel like she looks good. And the baby died when she was 2.
So here's the thing that I wanted
That's
to talk
a little
about.
background on the wife. So maybe she's a bitch for a reason.
So I don't want to say that she killed the baby.
Oh my God, she didn't.
But she didn't. Well, hold on, because I read that on IMDb. It's not a trivia fact. It's a theory.
Okay, go on.
Popular theory of the movie is that at the end, when he's like, "Yeah, my kid died, sudden infant death syndrome," but it's weird because it wasn't an infant; it was 2 years old. It's implied that maybe his wife killed the baby because she didn't want kids, and she is controlling and evil.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Yeah. Man.
So, anyways,
that's deep. That's
y'all
need to watch this and let us know.
The Nazi guy has a bunch of like Nazi memorabilia in the back of his store.
Yeah.
He handcuffs Michael Douglas and bends him over like he's about to cornhole him.
I'm pretty sure he was about to rape him.
Yeah, because he said
all of the slang.
Because he said like, you're gonna get ready. You're gonna be in prison. You're gonna have to be ready for this. Which is crazy. It's crazy that like a guy walks into a store, you protect him. And then the second he's like, hey, I don't feel that way about minorities, you're like, well, I'm going to fuck this man to show him that I'm a man.
After kicking the gay people out of your store.
Yeah, he kicked gay people.
Rude as shit.
He called like a bunch of gay people. He's like, you get out of here, you F words. And then he's literally 3 minutes later, he's in the back about to have anal sex with a man. Forced.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I was saying.
It's terrible.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's terrible. So,
but anyways, Michael
Douglas beats the shit out of him.
He's got the switch knife,
the Mexican knife in his back pocket. He pulls out and jams him in the shoulder. And the next thing you know, he's walking out. He gets the rocket launcher. He comes over to a golf course. There's 2 old men golfing, and the one old man is like, "Get this motherfucker out of my."
Oh my God, he's so rude to him. But like, I guess I get it. Privileged white people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're always. It was a Karen. It was a man Karen. What's a man Karen?
Robert.
A Robert?
No. Oh, you know what? The biggest asshole I've ever met in my life. His name was Craig when I worked at a body shop.
I was thinking Chris.
Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, but I know a couple cool Chris's.
That's true.
I know Craig? A couple. I know one Chris I don't like. I've never met a
fucking Craig. So
what?
I've never met a Craig.
Yeah, this guy Craig. Craig was a fucking dick.
Well,
Craig had a novelty wine company and drove a Porsche, shitty Porsche. Wine. Yeah, Craig at winesthatblank.com. The guy was a fucking dick. I remember his email. He was so mean to me on my 25th birthday that I remember him from my birthday. That's how mean this guy was to me. And his Porsche was fine. Turns out we had like pictures of the stuff that he was mean to me about before it came in. Like showing that it was already there. Rude. Yeah, I remember him. I remember his last name too. I'm not going to say it.
Don't.
But literally, I swear to God, 2 weeks ago I was bored and I found his corporate page for his novelty wine company, and
what the fuck is a novelty wine?
He sells branded themed wine. Like hypothetically, if Craig had a novelty wine company and the Rolling Stones wanted to sell a Rolling Stones wine, he sells it for them.
Gotcha.
Hypothetically. I found myself on the comment section of the Contact Us, and I fired him off one. Literally, like,
just randomly.
2 Wednesdays ago, swear to God, 2 Wednesdays ago, I take my lunch break. I'm eating, like, a chicken cutlet, like a baked chicken. And I'm like, I remember Craig.
And you just decided to go and light
I was like, I wonder what this dude's doing who ruined my birthday. Who knew? I told him it was my birthday, by the way. I was like, please don't yell at me on my birthday. He was like, I don't give a fuck that it's your birthday. And I know, I probably shouldn't have told him it was my birthday. I feel
like I remember this.
Yeah. But I was like, dude, like,
this was literally like 4 years ago.
Yeah, no.
5 almost.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, 5. And I fired off one. I fired off a comment on his website. So
you should not hold grudges, guys.
Well, let me just tell you this. I remember Craig, and now I'm 99% sure Craig's going to remember me. Because I was like, I don't work there anymore. You can't get me fired. And here's a list of things that I didn't appreciate about that day. Number 1, your stupid fucking face, your curly hair, and your giant forehead. Craig. Novelty wine Craig. Bitch ass Craig.
Okay.
I see, dude. He's going to be at his little novelty wine company, and he's going to be like, it looks like an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Why are there so many crows descending upon my building? And they will lower me. I will be
Here we go
I will
with
have my
the
arms
fucking crows
outstretched
again, dude.
with hundreds of crows carrying my body, and they set me down. And I'm like,
bro,
it's Craig. Who is it, Craig?
Dude, please.
Who is it, Craig? It's me. It's me, and I've had some drinks, and I'm ready to kick some ass.
Are you done?
No, I'm not a violent
scared.
person, so like the fantasy of me like showing up to this dude and
With
being like,
crows?
"You were mean on my birthday."
Okay.
With crows.
Yeah, with crows? Yeah, you were mean on my 25th birthday. And he's going to be like, was it recently? You're like, yeah, it was 5 years ago because I'm going to be 30.
I show up and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, I'm not feeling well." It's like, maybe it has something to do with all the birds. You have bird flu. I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm coughing into a handkerchief. Like, I'm fine.
You
were a dick.
You're befriending crows when the bird flu is going around? Hello?
We don't touch. They don't touch me.
You were just talking about them carrying you.
That's not real life. That's a fantasy
Yeah,
that
but
I'm working
truly-
towards. That's a goal. That's a goal. So, anyways, he takes.
Not Michael.
Okay, so he kills. Oh no, he doesn't kill the guys. He pulls out a gun. The guy golfing has a heart attack,
Yeah, he does. That's the natural causes.
and he just
Well,
leaves
no,
him.
he does have pills. It's some sort of illness, but like his golf cart got scared and ran into the lake.
Yeah, so his golf cart's running, runs into the lake. He just leaves him to die. He comes across the construction zone.
No, he breaks into like somebody's backyard and holds a family hostage for a little bit while the ambulance comes into the golf. You know how rich people live? It's like a golf course and there's like fancy houses that are right by. So he breaks into.
You're 100% right. He holds them hostage,
and
then he goes.
Then he just goes. No one really finds out what happens there. He just goes.
So he comes across a construction site. He's like, I want to know what's going on here.
Oh my God, it's the road, dude. It's the
road
road where he got stuck
yeah.
in the beginning. It's a callback to the beginning.
Yeah, it's a callback. And he's like, the guy's like, fuck you. I don't have to tell you what I'm doing here.
Yeah, construction worker. Typical.
So he it's surprising he didn't catcall him. So he hey, you with the glasses in the ass. So so anyways, he comes back. He gets a reasonable distance between him and this construction site.
Yeah.
He pulls out a fucking rocket launcher. Oh, by
And
the
then
way,
he
he's
doesn't
stolen the
know how
Nazis'
to-
clothes. He's
Yeah.
dressed in all black
He looks
now
like
instead of
G.I. Joe.
Poindexter. Yeah. So he pulls out. He doesn't know how to shoot the thing, but there's a little black boy on a bicycle.
Actually, there's a group of children like that are just like watching him do.
Okay, but the little black
all of
boy with
this.
the flat top teaches him how to shoot his
rocket launcher.
Shoots a rocket launcher.
Bazooka.
He blows up the construction site. So, anyways, he ends up at his former home, but his ex-wife had just left.
Because he called from the bodega.
And
down the street.
Prendergast, Robert Duvall, Robert Duvall, he has put the whole puzzle together by figuring out the guy who...
He realizes it. He goes, oh my God, this is the guy
that
I moved the car with.
Yes, he goes and interviews the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they find out that D-Fen's real name is William Foster.
Mm-hmm.
He was recently fired from a defense contractor plant, and he's divorced from his wife,
Elizabeth.
who won't let him see his little girl because he's got
Adele.
a temper. He's got a temper. So we
find
Michael
out
Douglas
through
is there
the home movies
watching.
that he's watching.
Yeah, and he's
Always been a dick.
At first, you're like, oh my God, he's with his family, everything seems fine. But then he's rude to the little girl. He's like, get back on the fucking horse. Like, because he fell off of
and she's like, too.
a merry-go-round.
Like, no.
Yeah. So, but Prendergast rushes to that address with Detective Torres. Prendergast had turned in his gun because it was his last day.
It was his last day.
Yeah. So he's unarmed.
But
Defense.
that lady gets
He shoots her.
popped.
He wounds her in her pelvis.
No.
The older detective goes and checks on her, and in typical 90s movie fashion, she's like, go get him, Tiger.
Also, he's like begging the people around them to call 911. These bitches are just standing
they're
there.
just folding laundry because that's a testament to the Mexican work ethic. Because
they were white. They were white people.
No.
They were literally two white
You're
men.
wrong.
I mean, two white
You're
women.
wrong. So anyways, he takes her gun and he chases Defense onto the Santa Monica Pier, which, by the way, not only is the Santa Monica Pier busy with locals, but it's also a massive tourist thing. It's like a huge tourist thing. It's the iconic pier.
Yeah, sure.
It's probably the most iconic pier in the world, to be honest, the Santa Monica Pier. I mean, the Front Bottoms have a line about it in a song. It doesn't get much more mainstream than that. It's featured in Grand Theft Auto 5. But anyways, he chases him down the pier. There's like 20 people on the pier, like scantily clad 80s. But by the way...
But Michael Douglas is after his family.
80s bikinis were different. They were all up your ass. That looks uncomfortable.
Dude, bikinis are all up your ass now. People are wearing thongs on the beach these days.
Yeah.
We haven't been to the beach in a while, so you wouldn't know. But thongs are in.
On the beach?
Yeah. Girls are with their cheeks out.
What?
Yeah. I would never, but with their asses out. Because they don't want tan lines. They don't want tan lines on their booties.
Oh, okay.
So it's just full cheek.
I like a tan line.
G-string.
A tan line's nice. I've seen that's what. What's wrong with the tan line? I got a nice one on my wrist from my watch. You find it sexy, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So, anyways,
all I'm saying is that the ladies aren't into the tan lines now. So, and we do what we want. We don't care about what men are into.
Well,
so
I find that sexy. Hell yeah, do you?
Right, but I personally wouldn't wear a thong.
Right, but if you did, I'd be like, that's you. You do what you got to do. Okay. So, anyways, Prendergast has a final confrontation with Defense, where, by the way, he's like, you were going to shoot your ex-wife and your daughter and turn the gun on yourself. Yeah. And he doesn't deny it. He's like...
No, he was definitely going to
Yeah, he was going to kill... Yeah. So, he distracts her by talking. He's eating popcorn.
Yeah, he kind of like snuck up on them.
Yeah.
Everybody else had left the beach because he pulled a gun. Not the beach, the pier.
Yep.
And this guy is just over here eating popcorn. Then he's just talking nice to him.
Then he kicks the gun away.
Down. Actually, his ex-wife did that.
Yeah, she kicks the gun away because he reaches for some popcorn because he gives the popcorn to his daughter.
Yeah.
Takes it, kicks it away, and...
Real dramatic. We're like, what's going to happen?
The wife and the daughter run away. Prendergast
More cops come.
Prendergast has got Michael Douglas at gunpoint. Michael Douglas is like,
I have another gun.
I have another gun. He goes to pull it. It's a squirt gun, but Prendergast shoots and kills him.
It was one of those standoff guys, and they shot at the same time. But when Michael Douglas gets shot, the other guy wipes his head.
Yeah, he would have killed. If it was a real gun,
I would have killed you.
Yeah. So, anyways, he falls off the pier. He dies. He's dead, and then Prendergast is like, I'm a man now, so I'm not retiring.
Right.
And that's the end of the movie. So that's it. I mean, it's a good movie.
Well, it's the little girl does get her birthday party.
Who cares?
Time.
Who gives a fuck?
You,
so she gets her birthday party, and everyone was fucking happily ever after, I hope. So
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, I mean, it's an hour and 53 minutes.
It was a long movie, but I gotta be honest, it didn't feel like it was that long.
I agree.
We did take a couple breaks to pee because
it keeps you enthralled. Also, in one of the scenes, Sir Mix-a-Lot, his record label was promoting the song Baby Got Back. So there's a giant inflatable ass that says Sir Mix-a-Lot in the back, which was nice.
He's an ass man, guys.
I do prefer that over titties. You know, nothing wrong with the big titty goth girl. Nothing wrong with the big titty goth girl like the one I got. But what? You were? Oh my god, you were emo when I met you, homegirl. Come on.
Emo?
Oh please! It's been 10 years. Yeah, we were kids. You were still emo.
I don't recall me.
Oh please! It's okay. I liked it. Okay. Obviously. So yeah, guys, that's the thing. It's rated R, obviously, but I would go as far to say is that this maybe has usurped Darkman for the best movie we've watched so far.
Can you define that? Usurped for the people at home?
Oh fuck, I don't know if I'm using it right.
Yeah,
usurped is I believe like it's taken its place. As a matter of fact, I'll Google that real quick if you give me a second, because I'm pretty sure that's a word. Usurped. Yep, usurped definition: to take the position illegally or by force. It has kicked Darkman out and illegally taken
by force
what it needed, much like the Nazi in this movie was about to do. So, anyways, that's what's going on.
It was a good movie. It was a
good movie. It was directed by Joel Schumacher. He directed House of Cards, the TV series. He directed the movie The Phantom of the Opera.
I've never seen that.
Me either.
We should watch it and do it on the pod.
He directed Batman and Robin, the one with Mr. Freeze in it. That was a banger-ass movie. Directed Batman Forever, another banger-ass movie. I love those.
Never seen it. He loves
I'm not a comic book person, but those 90 Batman movies.
I could not care less.
Okay. Director, St. Elmo's Fire, The Lost Boys. Just some real, like...
Some real classics he's got under his belt there.
Some real classic movies. So yeah, that's it. He also wrote the screenplay to St. Elmo's Fire and The Phantom of the Opera.
Have you ever seen St. Elmo's Fire?
I think so. Cool. I think so. So it's everybody Wang Chung tonight is 16 Candles. So yeah, it was a good movie, and you know, I'm let's just give our rating real quick before we do the facts. I would watch this movie again like next month. Like it was
Well, we can't because we had to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like...
And the rental's only good for 48 hours. So.
I would give this movie an 8 out of 10, even for it being dated.
I was going to rate that, too.
You would do an 8 out of 10?
Yeah,
It's really good.
Thinking maybe an 8.5.
Yeah, because you don't know where it's going.
No, I had no fucking clue.
Yeah, as a first-time viewer, it really keeps you on
You're like, what
edge.
could possibly happen
Where
next?
is he going? What is the goal?
Yeah.
It's a really... Plus, I mean, Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall...
Very good actors.
Yes. Okay, so let's get to our facts, okay? Okay. It was director... one of them is false.
Two Truths and a Lie.
Two Truths and a Lie. It was director Joe Schumacher. You gotta look up because you can't be watching me reading because I feel like you gotta look away. Just look away.
I'm looking away.
It was director Joel Schumacher.
It's Shoemaker, dude.
Director Joel... Well, yeah, but then it's Neve Schumann instead of Schumann.
That is literally how you say his name. Are you talking about the Neve from
Catfish? Yeah.
That is literally how you say his last name.
Oh my god, you're right. Hold on, keep talking while I finish this beer.
What the hell am I supposed to talk about?
I don't fucking care. So, it was director Joel Schumacher's... It was director Joel
Schumacher.
idea for the crew cut that Michael Douglas has in this movie. Combined with the glasses Douglas wore, he was almost unrecognizable. It's not much of a fact.
Right,
yeah.
what?
But it was his idea for the crew cut. Okay. That's the thing.
All right.
Joel Schumacher was inspired to make the film after being stuck in traffic one day. He found himself becoming increasingly frustrated and fantasized about what it would be like if he just left his car, walked away, and started chaos everywhere he went.
Wow, that's a little bold of you, Joel.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. In an interview less than a week before Falling Down's release, screenwriter Ebby Rose Smith gave his, or EBBE, whatever the fuck, gave his interpretation of what the movie was about. To me, at its core, the movie is really about a man who loves his family despite his flaws. It's about one basic thing, love and parenthood. What do you think?
Is that it?
Yep, that's the 3.
And I'm supposed to guess which one is a lie?
Yep, that's correct. Which one do you think? You got the crew cut. The guy fantasized about killing all these people.
Well, the crew cut's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, but it was that that wasn't Michael Douglas's hairstyle. They chose that specifically.
Oh,
like for the character.
No, I can't tell because it could have been him at the time. That one might be true. Might be false. And then the second one was about the
what? The second one was about that he fantasized. He was stuck in traffic. That's where the movie came from.
And then the third.
The third one was about the guy, the screenwriter, the guy who wrote not the story but the screenplay. To him, it was a story about parenthood and about a guy who, despite being flawed at his core, still loves his family and wants to get back to them.
See, I feel like that one's fake because you repeated it so well.
Yeah, that one's fake. Because that one is fake. You did a good job on that. But I feel like that was my delivery that tipped it off there.
No.
How fucking alarming is it that Michael Schumacher, that how he came up was like, he was stuck in traffic. He was like, what if I walk away and just kill everybody?
He said to create chaos, but
one thing I want to be very clear about in this movie is that There's no coitus corner with Caleb.
No.
There's no Caleb's coitus corner.
No coitus.
There's
in
no
this
sex,
movie.
but I will say, in reference to sex, that at the end of the movie, Michael Douglas is on the pier and he's planning. He had been planning on killing his wife and kids.
Right. Just one kid.
And Robert Duvall goes, "What is your paradise?" And I forget what Michael Douglas says, but then Robert Duvall says, "You know what my paradise is? Making babies." So Robert Duvall is just a pussy hound. No wonder his wife wants him home. He's out. His
That's
paradise
true.
is pussy.
He needs to be home in that.
Whoever is hitting it ain't hitting it right because she acting like she needs some dick in her life. Wheezy. So I could kill a freestyle. Sorry for the wait. I could kill. Sorry
Please
for the
don't,
wait.
please
No,
don't.
I won't subject the listeners to that. But when we get off, just know I'm freestyle rapping for you because I've had enough drinks to do that. Anyways, folks, this has been Falling Down, and I think
Great
the
movie.
best movie we've watched so far. I would absolutely
Recommend.
watch this again. I would recommend it, especially if you haven't seen it. You need to watch it for sure because it's a banger. It was really nice, really nice. Yep.
So nice.
Yep. And anyways, I'm Caleb. Oh, by the way, guys, thank you for watching. I mean, or listening.
No, they're not watching.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Genuinely, I did this podcast years ago, and I did it as a solo podcast or sometimes with my friends. I'm having way more fun. Not that I didn't have fun doing that before, but I'm having way more fun doing it with us because, let's be honest, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you and I are stoned at night watching movies. We've been big movie watching is a huge part of your family.
Yeah.
Your dad watches a movie a night. We try to watch like a movie a
Our
night.
relationship was built on movies.
Our relationship was built on just getting together
in the basement
and watching movies and talking about them. So we love movies. We love getting stoned and watching movies, and we also love to talk about movies and quote movies moving forward.
And this is good for us because we've seen a lot.
We've
of
seen
movies.
it probably more than the average
This
person.
is opening us up to
We're
we've
watching
never
movies we
watched.
haven't seen, and it's great. So we appreciate you taking this journey with us, and we hope that maybe we recommend this movie and you watch this movie
you watch it.
and make your own memory.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
beer
all about
talking.
making memories.
And you know what, guys? We're getting settled out of here.
Goddamn, he's gonna go out there and call his crows.
So, anyways, guys, thank you for listening. I'm Caleb. With me, as always, is my breathtaking fiance.
Yes, here I am.
You say your name.
Oh, Lauren.
Lauren. Thank you, guys. This is the Weedcap. We'll see you next week on Monday as normal because it won't be a holiday. I hope you guys enjoyed the bonus episode we dropped, the shorter one. Anyways,
Terrible movie, by the way. If you have not listened to that, it's a really short. You should go. It's just the worst movie ever.
It's terrible
compared to this one.
This one was really nice. This one was really good,
refreshing.
And as always, stay safe, stay stoned, and watch movies, guys. We love you.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Girl Scout.